Hello crafters, it's Carrie from Scissors to Paper Crafting, where we give you tips, tricks, and strategies that make paper crafting fun, simple, and easy to follow. Today we're going to make a folio. We're going to cover it with this beautiful paper from Graphic 45's, their sunflower paper called Let It Be. So stick around and I'll show you how to do it. Here it is. Isn't this beautiful? So this collection is called Let It Be. I actually grabbed this off of Amazon, so you should have no problem finding it. It is so pretty. Look at this. I am looking forward to this. And it's not like bright white, but it's still bright. Look at that. That is just fantastic. Loving the red. Ooh, this is what we could use for the front. Oh, decisions. Look at that. We're going to be doing a waterfall in this one. You guys are really going to like that. I use a die cut for it, and I'll be showing you all of that when we do the decorating inside. Today, we're probably going to get through the covering of everything. Look at that green. Oh, this one's one of my favorites. Look at the bees. I'm allergic to bees, so if I see one outside, I like run for the hills. These guys are nice and safe and friendly. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It looks like it is, but in the background of this, it still has that print like Hello Sunshine. Let It Be is up here in the corner. Honey, I think you can see them the way they did it. Look at this one. All these different shades. It looks like I ink blended this with the honeycomb. And now we're at the Affirma pieces. And we have all these pieces we're going to be using for tags, journal cards. I just can't get over how gorgeous this pack is. Okay, let's get started on making this folio. We will need 4 pieces of 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and use black because of the sunflowers. And I really like the way black cardstock looks as a folio. So it's kind of one of my go-tos. All right, put 3 aside. Grab my scoreboard. So you're going to place your paper in your scoreboard, the 11 inch side at the top, and we're going to score this at 3. Get a nice deep score in there by going over it a couple times. Careful not to rip the paper. We're going to do another at 9. And one at 9.5. Okay. The other 2, we're going to score those directly in half. So they're going to go at 5 1/2. Okay. And these guys, we can go ahead and fold them right on the scoreboard. This is such a cool project to do. And it looks very overwhelming if you've never done a folio before. But they are actually quite easy and satisfying once you've done a couple. So let me put this away. So now let's get our folio folded up. Now you want to make sure that you get your folds, like with anything else, you want to make sure that you get them as evenly as you can and as lined up as you can with the sides. The better your folds are, the better lined up they are, the straighter your folio will turn out, and the better everything is going to look. Now, if something is amiss and it doesn't line up, we can always do some trimming. So we got this side done. Get that nice and burnished down. Now work on the other side. I find it easier to do the smaller fold first. This paper's kind of thick. I don't want it to tear or crinkle. There we go. That burnished down. And I'll open it back up and do the little guy. Get him folded over and burnished. And then we can work on the other one. There we go. Now you're going to put each side with the 1/2 inch spine, you're going to put to the right. Okay. We can straighten this guy back out a bit. All right. This is going to stay folded. We're not going to unfold this. That stays folded. This piece doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply glue to just the flap, not inside the fold or on this side of the score line. This side of the score line, we're going to apply our glue. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue this side to that flap. Keep your paper not on that score line. It can go right next to it, and a really good way to do it would be to fold it back up. Let me open this. Would be to fold it back up and push your paper against it. As long as it folds over after it's glued, it is absolutely fine. Okay, so now open it up and we're going to attach one of these guys. So grab one of your folded sheets and we're going to get that attached. Now you do have to put glue at the bottom as well so that things don't come out. So you'll just want to put a little thin line all the way around. Make sure you come all the way to the tip with it. To the tip of the paper with it. Lift it up. Line this guy up and just fold it over. And then burnish it down. Same as everything else. Does anyone else notice those little crackles that happen when you burnish it? That's the glue spreading out and all the air bubbles coming out. Now I'm going to make sure that I have a little bit of an indent in here so that it's not so flat and tight that you can't get stuff in it, but it's tight enough that things don't fall out of it. And I think I might have done that one a little too loose in the beginning. Okay. So now it's going to open like this. So I'll have, 3 pages in here to add things to. That guy burnished in. Looking good, looking good. And then I'm going to do the same on this side here. So I'll have 2 pockets. When you open it up, they'll be in the same spot. You can make this even larger if you want to. You can just keep going like this with other pieces, 5.5 that are folded in half. There's lots of different things that you can do with folios. That's why I think they're so much fun. You can really add as much or as little as you want. You could just use it as a little brag book where it just has a couple photos in it. A couple little journaling things. Okay, so that is the bones of the folio. Mine's going to fold up like this, okay? And then this guy's going to come over. And if you look at it from the top, look at all that room we have. We have a tremendous amount of room to do whatever it is we want to do. All these little cutouts, let's get those cut. I'm not going to make you watch me cut all of them, but I am going to show you, for those of you who've never done this before, if you're using a scissor, then you just cut it. I'm not that talented to use a scissor. So now one of the things I want to mention, when you buy paper packs and they have these little tags on the ends of them, the paper is no longer 12 inches. It's actually 12.5. Instead of trying to line everything up, the white and the yellow, we can actually just take this to the 12 over here and cut it that way, because that's what your paper should be. It should be 12 by 12. And it'll also give you an idea with your trimmer where your centerpiece falls, where your blade's going to hit it. And these little tags have the information from the sheet of paper that you cut them from. Like this one says graphic 45, and each paper actually has a number. This is from the Let It Be collection. It's the Queen Bee page, and then it has an identification number. And those can be used for purchasing other packs. Let's do the top. It looks like that's going to be the way this one goes because they overlap everywhere. So when you get this right in my track, because that's where my blade falls. It falls right in there. And then I hold my guard down so my paper doesn't shift, push my blade upwards, and ta-da. I think I'm going to go with this guy. And I think my focal point on the folio is going to be this sunflower here. It's big enough. It'll fit, but I'm not going to take it all the way down here. I would like to see that sunflower be in the center here. So I know I'm laughing because I know some of you are laughing that know me. I am not good at math. So anybody know how to do it? This is the Carrie method. Okay. So if I put that flower in the top right there, go to 8.5. That's going to put this flower here, which is in the center. So 1.5. So we'll take 1.5 inches from the tip here, and then it's 6 inches wide. I'm going to butcher this flower here. But you know what? Somebody has to get it. 1.5 is right here. Is that going to leave it? It is going to leave it. All right, first cut's made. I'm going to do the 6 inches. Okay. And 8.25. Okay, so let's see where we're at. All right. I considered putting yellow underneath of this and making like a double border, but both of these papers are so thick, I just don't think it's needed. Each layer of paper you place on these guys, they get stronger and stronger. All these pieces that I have to lay around this guy have to all be even. I'm watching it with a mic in my way. Okay. Look at that. That's pretty good. Okay, before we put another piece on, I want to round these corners. I just think it looks so much better. I'm not going to use a big corner rounder, just my little guy, my little Dress My Craft one. So it just has enough, so it's not a sharp edge. I think that looks pretty darn cool. Okay, so we're going to need our paper trimmer back and our ruler. So my tab here, my tab part here is 1.5 inches. So 1 3/8 inches is what we're going to need for that guy. Let's do the red. There we go. Okay. Okay. Now I'll make sure I do the rounded corners. Okay. I always think it glues better when you open it up. Yeah, that's so pretty too. If I was here by myself doing this without doing the tutorial, I would probably still be going through that paper pack for the front cover. No joke. Doing these things for you guys helps me move a little quicker. There we go. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. I could do that. I think I'm gonna. That looks super pretty. Gives me a little bead too that I can fussy cut out. That is so cute. I always worry about the little strips last if I'm even going to put them on, because this is black and it's really stark looking. I don't know if I want to do it. We'll see. I'm talking about this 1/2 inch area right there. There we go. So beautiful. How about if we do this with the black underneath? That way we have stuff up here we can, fill in with. Let's do that. Okay. Let's see how tall our little pocket needs to be. Okay, it's 3. So we're going to do 2 7/8. Here we go. Two 7/8. There we go. Too cute, huh? That way they can kind of peek down. Okay, so that works. Probably 3/8 and a 16th. Yeah, there's probably math for that. Stick with me, kid. I'll teach you everything. 1 2. At least I freely admit that I have like 0 math skills. There we go. Not 0, but not many. I can do English. I just can't. I don't even know why. And it's weird because my children, math whizzes all over the place. Like my son can, he could probably do accounting without even a calculator. He just rattles the numbers off so quickly. All right, let's get this guy on. That yellow, I still like it a lot. I will find a place to put it in here. And here we go. Can you see? Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. I really like it. Okay. Right. There we go. That looks so good. I'm going to do the pocket on the other side the same way. That looks cute. I like it. All right. I think this is cute. I could put the flowers in the center and then do something on either side. How about we try that? And we're at 5 1/4. Well, actually, no. I'm going to do it. I just sense I'm wasting a whole strip. So let's do it like this. All right, move this aside because I got to open this up. One there and one here. I'm kind of like going to do a little bit of duplication, I guess. So let me just work on one at a time instead of trying to think ahead. And then I could do that. That's cute. Yeah. Wonderfully patient with us and our learning curve while we're trying to figure all this out. Appreciate it so much. There we go. Get this burnished down. Okay. Oh, we have this wonderful one right here to do. Okay. So I think I'm going to put this guy there. So then he's lining up with everything else over here. I mean, it all correlates really nice, but kind of want things to kind of line up in their pages as well. Alrighty. I want the yellow at the top. I want to pull. There it goes. Okay. Now one side is done. Okay, that looks really sharp, huh? Really, really sharp. Now we have to work on the other side. Now here's the thing with the other side. So I'm putting a big waterfall folio thing here. So this really can be anything plain, can work for that right there. Okay, I think I got it. So we'll do the bees here. And we'll put bees here. And we'll put the honeycomb in between them to separate them out. This is actually going to be the bottom of where the waterfall folio is going to sit. I really like that. And then for the little flap, I'm going to put the little bee bum. So let me get these rounded up. So I'm going to start over here. All right. And here. Okay. Get him on there. And that's looking good. Here we go. Really looking good. All right. Next. See, I hate doing that. Like, I just don't like doing it. But I do like the double-sided paper. I just don't like when I glue a side down, I think. I think that's really it. If you could see both sides of it, I think I would be fine. I can't be the only one that feels that way. But I do love these paper packs, boy. I do. I like the big bulky pads too, like the 12 by 12 paper pads that have a theme. I like those as well. The one-sided ones, I don't mind those at all. They're great for a folio. But there's just something about all the, I don't know, the plastic wrapping and the stickers and the Firma cutouts. There's just something about it that makes it different. Okay. Get this guy glued down. Okay. Folios are just so cool. And they make a great gift any time of year, no matter what it is for. I have a ton of photos that I want to put in these guys because I'm actually going to make 2. I'm only going to do 1 on camera though. I'm actually going to make 2 of them. So I have a place to put some photos that I never put in an album, you know, that just kind of got developed late or whatever. Everyone keeps all their photos on a phone. There's just something about handing somebody a photo book, you know. I feel like one of those people. So when I was younger, that would say, I remember back in my day. I feel like one of those people now because there are things that I miss, I guess. Things that I think are still special where kids are like, what? It's not on a phone? Photo albums are cool. And it's people like us, crafters, that keep stuff like this alive, you know? It really is. It really is. I was in I was in Hobby Lobby the other day. We had just kind of popped in there. There's a Hobby Lobby near where my son's surgery center was. So we kind of popped in there on the way home and they had, once again, just clearance everywhere. I am so, I don't know if afraid's the right word, but I'm so bummed. Bummed is the right word. I'm so bummed at the fact that they might be getting rid of the craft area. I think that every single time I see them, you know, going through stuff and clearancing it out, I think, oh no, we're going to lose our craft area. We're not going to have a local place to go. I mean, we're in Cape May County. We don't have much here as far as, you know, we have the beach, but I mean, as far as little craft shops and stuff like that. We don't have a lot of that here. We have to, you know, travel like hours to come across something like that. And ta-da! There we go. So guys, I will see you for the next part of this where we'll be adding all of the little Affirma cutouts and things, decorating this up, and then the grand finale is going to be this part over here, which is going to be the folio. Happy crafting, everyone.